The NFL prides itself on being a league built around competitive parity. It isn't like the NBA, whose playoff field often feels like a far-gone conclusion at the beginning of the season. It's what makes being a football fan great. There's an authenticity to the optimism at the beginning of a season as a fan. But often, that hope can be misguided, because plenty of teams that are coming off of playoff seasons end up missing the postseason entirely the following season. So today, we're going to take a look at 5 playoff teams from 2019 that will likely miss the postseason in 2020. Number 5, San Francisco 49ers. The Super Bowl hangover following a runner-up performance in the previous season is one of the most oft-discussed trends in football, and 49ers fans might need to start worrying that their team's going to be the latest victim. Garoppolo was decent last season, throwing for just under 4,000 yards and 27 touchdowns while only surrendering 13 picks. But I don't think you'll find many people confident in his ability to win games himself, especially considering that the team was unable to retain Emmanuel Sanders, who really put a charge into the offense when he was acquired in the middle of the 2019 season. While head coach Kyle Shanahan should be able to put together a cohesive offensive unit with his innovative strategies, don't be surprised if the 49ers come up a little bit short this season. Number 4, New England Patriots. As much as you never want to bet against Bill Belichick, the greatest head coach of all time is heading into his toughest battle yet. Not only are the Patriots without Tom Brady, but there have been a handful of corona-related opt-outs on the team. I'm not gonna say that I think the Patriots are going 2-14 or anything like that. Belichick would probably resign before that happened. All I know is that the last time the Patriots were without Tom Brady for a season, in 2008 when he tore his ACL in Week 1, they ended up missing the playoffs. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. One of Philly's biggest moves this offseason was the acquisition of Jalen Hurts, drafting him in the second round to back up their oft-injured quarterback, Carson Wentz. While this should help destabilize their team if Wentz goes down with another injury, it does little to help them on a week-to-week basis, save for a couple of personnel gimmicks. Bringing in Darius Slay on the defensive side of the ball should help, but the real problem for Philly is that they're playing in a loaded NFC. And with Dallas looming in the NFC East, it might be tough to break through if they don't bring some more weapons in offensively. Number 2, Houston Texans. Houston seems like one of those teams that is super poised for some regression. J.J. Watt is coming off another injury-plagued campaign, and you never know what Deshaun Watson's health status is week to week. Meanwhile, Bill O'Brien just traded away one of the single best wide receivers in the league in DeAndre Hopkins for an injury-prone running back in David Johnson. Couple all that uncertainty with Houston's boogeyman after blowing a huge lead in the playoffs last season to the Chiefs, and this season could get ugly fast for the Texans. Number 1, Buffalo Bills. As much as I hate to do this to the Bills Mafia, I have a hard time buying into the hype after their brilliant run to the postseason last year. Josh Allen is about as inconsistent as they come at the quarterback position. The acquisition of Stephon Diggs at wide receiver should help, but if Allen can't dial back his reckless decision-making, the Bills are going to have a hard time stringing together wins on a week-to-week basis. It's also going to be interesting to see how the defense looks after the loss of Shaq Lawson and Jordan Phillips on the defensive front, because that unit was a key factor in Buffalo making the playoffs at all last season. They're going to need some new faces to step up this year if that defense is going to bail out the offense in the same way it did during their 2019 run. But hey gang, which playoff teams from 2019 do you think will miss the postseason in 2020? Join us in that comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.